Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do another video on why the ego is good. And today I'm going to talk about why the ego is good for authenticity and for your interactions with people. Okay? This goes along with the previous video, number 5, where I said the ego is, if you want to be authentic, you must have a strong ego. If you want to have good relationships, you must have a strong ego. Okay? This is the opposite of what everyone tells you. So let's take a look at this. Let's suppose that you do exactly what everyone else tells you. Okay? They tell you, if you want to be more authentic, eliminate your ego. If you want to be more authentic, reduce your ego. If you want to have better relationships, eliminate your ego. Okay? Let's suppose you do that. What will you be? You will be an empty vessel. You will then be filled with whatever ideas are around you. They won't be yours, they'll be theirs. This is called brainwashing, programming, conditioning. Okay? Brainwashing, programming, conditioning. That's what it is. Okay? You will be a candidate for mind control, for manipulation, MK Ultra. You'll be manipulated, used, and completely controlled. Is that what you want? Because that's what's going to happen if you reduce your ego. That is exactly what's going to happen if you reduce your ego. And we have seen this, haven't we? We've seen this. We've seen a lot of people today who are violent, who are filled with hate. I'm talking everybody who's radical left, SJWs, Democrat Party. They've been programmed. If you're one of those people, you've been programmed. Okay? So you must have a strong ego to stand up for all this. Okay? You must have a strong ego to stand up for all this. Otherwise, you're just going to be manipulated and programmed. So if you do not have a strong ego, if you don't have an ego that's your divine ego, your divine soul filling up your entire body, you need to know how to behave. You need to know what to do. How do you operate? All right? It's like a robot now that needs to be programmed. And that's exactly what it is. Programmed. And who's going to program you? Universities, television, media, all the major news outlets that spread their lies. The media, the universities, the Democrat Party, they're going to influence you. Brainwashing, mind control, manipulation. Religions also have been controlling the masses for years. Of course, I'm a spiritualist. And I know some religions are good, but there's a lot of programming in religions. Conditioning. You got to be able to make up your own mind from your own personality, from your own soul. Okay? Even peer pressure. Peer pressure is not just in high school. Peer pressure is everywhere. Okay? I've been in several groups, spiritual groups, autistic groups, seminar leaders, people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and they have their own form of peer pressure. Do things our way, or you will be thrown out. Do things our way, because our way is right. You cannot offer your ideas. You cannot change your ways. You must behave this way. You must do this. You must do that. You need to be more of this. You need to be more of that. Adults do it all the time. Bullying. People talk about bullying in grade school and high school. Bullying in grade school and high school is nothing. My goodness. That's nothing. Bullying happens by adults to other adults. Okay? The Me Too movement is a form of bullying. Okay? There's this pressure on people. And what happens, People lose their jobs. And the people in authority who should be standing up to the bullies, they cave into the bullies. So we got bully, we got innocent person in power should protect the innocent person. Instead, the person has a weak ego. The person has a weak ego and gives into the bully and says, I just don't like conflict, and so I'm just going to kick the innocent person out instead of kicking the bully out. So the bully always wins because the person in authority has weak ego. Almost every business today has this. Really everywhere. It's been everywhere. The victim themselves may have a strong ego and they fight. But they can only get so far without the person in authority. The person in authority needs to also have that strong ego so they can stand on the side of the good and kick the bully out and protect the innocent. See, this is what happens if you have a weak ego. If you have a weak ego, you'll be susceptible to peer pressure, susceptible to bullying, susceptible to fear of what people think of you or losing your job. You'll be manipulated, brainwashed, programmed. You'll be doing what other people tell you to do instead of what's good and what's right. Instead of what's doing what's best for you, you'll be doing what's best for them. Instead of being on the side of good and decency and honesty and ethics, you'll be supporting the side of the bullies. Instead of being civil and polite, you'll be engaged in violence because that's what the programmers, manipulators want you to be. Okay? So don't be a pawn in their games. Don't be a pawn in their games. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for the innocents. Stand up to the bullies. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for the innocents. Resist peer pressure. Resist media manipulation. Don't give in to any of it. If you have eliminated your ego, you'll be susceptible to everything and you'll just be taken over. And that's exactly what has happened with everybody on the radical left. Every person on the radical left, not those in power, those people are pure evil, but a lot of other people, on the streets, universities, Antifa, Democrat Party, people in the news media, they've been owned. And it's not a blackmail owned, they've let someone else own their soul, own their mind, tell them how to be, tell them how to think. And then they say, oh, we want you to be violent. We want you to be evil. We want you to be hateful. We want you to destroy everything that's good. We want you to promote everything that's bad. You want to help us become dictators. And they do it. They don't realize that they're doing it because they're programmed, they're brainwashed, because their ego is so weak that they didn't stand up to the programming. They didn't stand up to the peer pressure. Didn't stand up to manipulation. Okay? So, that's the flip side of the previous video. If you did what people said and had a weak ego and diminished your ego, you would not be yourself anymore. You'd be the opposite of authentic. You'd be the opposite of authentic. You would be what somebody else wants you to be, what other people tell you to be. And in interactions with relationships with people, and interaction with the world, you will not be interacting in the world the way you normally would from yourself. You are just a pawn. You've been programmed to interact with the world in a particular way. It's no longer you speaking. It's their programming, brainwashing, taking over your soul. They don't have to be in the room anymore. And you act and you speak the way that they've programmed you to speak. All because you eliminated your ego and reduced your ego. Okay? So this whole talk of eliminating your ego for relationships and eliminating your ego for authenticity is wrong. It's wrong, it's bad for you, and it's very harmful to our society. The antidote is to strengthen your ego. Make your ego as strong as you possibly can. Fill your body with your divine ego energies. Your divine you. Fill your body, fill bursting every inch of your skin. With those strong ego energies, you will not be susceptible to anyone. You will not become part of the machine. You will not be told what to say. You will not be told what to do. You can agree and concede. You can agree and submit. You can agree and cooperate. But that's all from your divine you making the choice. Okay? That's all for now.